We invite you to our theme brunch Into the Woods on Sunday, September 13th from 1 to 3 p.m. in the Festival Highlands Room. We look forward to seeing you there.
Once upon a time, in a far-off kingdom, there lay a small village at the edge of the woods.
In order to enter the village, guests will cross the bridge leading them into the reception area. On the other side of the bridge, they will be greeted by Little Red and the Wolf. These two characters will be escorting guests to the registration table and our e-concierge who can provide guests with even more information about our event.
The registration table will be decorated with moss, lanterns, and flowers. There, our guests will be handed a magic stone that has their name and table numbers on it.
During the reception, there will be 2 hors d'oeuvres passed, the first being beef teriyaki skewers and the second a wild mushroom and goat cheese crostini. And our reception beverage is raspberry lemonade and will be served on the far end of the reception area, directly across from the dining room entrance.
By the beverage station, Jack from Jack and the Beanstalk will be interacting with guests and discussing his thoughts and fears of his journey into the woods. Cinderella and the Prince will be positioned at the photo booth, encouraging guests to commemorate their time at our brunch.
Close by, the witch will be urging guests to visit the wishing tree. There, guests will write down their own wishes and hang them from the golden tree branches, all the while being reminded by the witch to be careful what you wish for.
Baker and his wife will be roaming around and mingling with guests throughout the reception to make certain they are enjoying their time in the village.
There will be a wooden sign pointing to the different stations in the reception area as well as the way to the dining room for all the guests to see. The highboy tables will be sprinkled with moss and topped with fairy tale books.
This is the visual for the entrance to the dining room. The structure will be made from spray foam to look like tree branches and will be covered in fake vines to cover the wall. When it is time for guests to enter the dining room, the witch will be standing on an elevated platform and the following dialogue will be given.
You wish to have a curse reversed? I'll need a certain potion first. Go to the wood and bring me back 1, a cow as white as milk. 2, the cape as red as blood. 3, the hair as yellow as coal. 4, the slipper as pure as gold. Go to the wood!
As the music builds, the fairy tale characters will be opening the dining room doors, fog will spill out, and the guests will enter the dining room and take their seats.
Shown here is the layout of the dining room. Guests will fit comfortably at round tables of 8 and have a clear view of all entertainment throughout their meal. As you can see in the floor plan, the exterior of the dining room will be lined in black gossamer to darken the space and allow us to set the mood lighting. This shows our design for each table setting. Now we will go further in depth about each component of the tables.
The tables will have white tablecloths with moss table runners. We will be adding a pop of plum with our napkins and chair sashes, draped similar to the picture shown here. At every table setting, there will be a pine cone that will hold the guest place card and a menu on each gold charger.
The centerpiece will be made up of a black lantern with a glowing white candle inside. The base will be surrounded by a nest of Spanish moss and fresh baby's breath. Next to the lantern, there will be a gold glittered table number. All of this will sit atop a slice of tree bark which rests on the moss table runner.
After the guests come into the dining room and take their seats, the characters will perform this song from the movie.
Into the woods, the time to go. It may be all in vain, you know.
Into the woods, the path is straight, you know it well.
But who can tell?
Into the woods to lift the spell. Into the woods to be the king, to sell the cow,
To make the potion,
to sing, to sell, to get, to bring, to make, to live, to go to the festival. Into the woods, then out of the woods, and home before dark.
This is the food that we will be serving at our brunch.
The ambiance of our dining room will be created by darkening the room and constructing 2 trees from the columns already in place. The floor-to-ceiling trees will be made from paper mache and its branches will drape along the ceiling. There will be tea lights suspended from the branches and twinkling white lights intertwined above that will serve as the primary source of light throughout the room.
After dining, our takeaways will be available on a table for our guests to grab on their way out as a small token of our appreciation. There will be wooden coasters with our theme name and date stamped on them.
As our guests exit the dining room, Taylor Swift's song Out of the Woods will begin playing in the background.
And I remember baby, are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods yet? Are we